Culture Master Race.
Does mother know you wear it for drapes?
All your pop culture needs. And we're your hosts, Aiden Munga and Brett Page.
Welcome back to the PCMR podcast, home of the Pop Culture Master Race, where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, and sometimes
Pringles.
chicken twisties. We both went for varieties of chips. It's good.
Good to know we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we're both hungry for a light snack. That's what
Yeah. I just kind of looked at the empty Pringles can on the other side of my desk and said, Pringles!
I was just thinking, what was that variety of twisties that everyone else hated, but I thought was the better one? Oh, yeah.
Please don't tell me you're talking about chicken twisties.
Yeah.
Oh, I love chicken twisties.
Kindred spirits. People shat on them, but I thought they were better than the original twisties.
Same here. I love chicken twisties.
Oh, boy.
To this day, whenever I go somewhere and they're selling chicken twisties, I'm like, yes, it's my jam. 7-Eleven had them. Last time I went to 7-Eleven, they had them, and I was so excited.
I'm so glad to know that we're both garbage people. That's just
this
so
is
nice.
Established information, Aiden. We've known this for a long time.
Yeah, but it's good to have it reaffirmed every now and then.
Reaffirmed. Yeah. Like,
All
the only
right,
two
so-
people who like them.
Yeah, it's me and you. It's no one else.
No one else.
They're making them for us. No one gives a fuck about chicken twisties.
The executives of the company's like, wow, there's just these two guys, like one in Melbourne and one in Wagga Wagga.
They seem to sell
keep
like one
ordering all these
packet every
twisties.
couple of weeks to these just two people in Australia. Is that worth it to keep producing it for those two people?
Sir, the one in Melbourne just ordered 50 packets.
Let's keep making it. Yeah, let's see where this goes. What is 50? Is he reselling them? Let's find out. Google him, buddy. Oi, Mark, get him up on the Facebook. Let's find out who this fella is.
And that's how we get a Twisties sponsor.
That's how I would totally do like a chicken twisty sponsor. I wouldn't sponsor normal twisties, but I'd like fully endorse chicken twisties.
Mate, at this point, I'd sponsor anyone.
That's true. Like,
What? You want me to sponsor Russian mail order brides? Okay.
if you got a mail order a bride, Russia. They're the most rush. They very fast. They rush right to you. Oh,
Boo.
Russian to get a bride?
Russian to get a bride. Jesus. Anyway, mail order brides and twisties is not what we're talking about today.
No, we're talking about Comic-Con!
Yes.
San Diego Comic-Con 2016
Or-
or hashtag SDCC16.
or as I
if
like
you're
to
on
call
the
it,
Twitters.
Nerd Christmas.
Yes. So much news was dropped for those of you who love your Marvel movies, your DC movies, your DC TV shows, your Marvel TV shows, and other things that fit into that category of shit that doesn't matter but we care about immensely.
Yes, just everything this podcast's about. Like, shit you really shouldn't care about.
No, you shouldn't care about any of this, but god damn it if you just don't love it.
It's better than real life.
It really is. I mean, in real life, could I fight a giant gorilla or be King Arthur or be Doctor Strange? No. But in films, I can.
Yeah.
Watch someone else do that and sit very comfortable because I don't want to get up. But sitting in a comfortable chair and watching someone do that shit, now sign me up right there.
Always in a comfortable chair.
Always in a comfortable chair.
Never watch your movies in an uncomfortable computer chair, like
No,
I'm
no, no,
prone
no, no.
to.
That's your first mistake right there. That'll diminish the viewing experience straight up.
Like, quite often I'll get like 20 minutes into a movie at home and I'll be sitting on my computer chair watching it. I'm like, wait, all I have to do is turn my computer screen to the side and I can lay in fucking bed and watch this.
You dingus. You absolute Pringle. Just... Sometimes
I'm
you're
just-
smart
I'm
and other
just a-
times you're just a complete, just like, bag of dirt.
Smart? When am I smart?
For like a rare moment between like 2 and 3 in the morning, you get like a cool idea and then it's gone. The next day you're like, did I say that? Nah, that doesn't sound like me. Sounds like someone who's got their life together. That's not me.
To be fair, people, he's not wrong because just before we recorded this, I A, lost my microphone, then B, as we were right about to record, I spilled a cup of juice everywhere.
Just, it's a miracle you haven't killed yourself just by accident. Like
I don't know why I'm allowed to live alone.
it really should be against the law.
Yes, probably. Just like this one man, never put him alone. He will
But hey,
destroy
loopholes.
everything.
Anyway, we're talking about Comic-Con, so let's dive into it. We're going to be talking about... I say we talk about the TV stuff first. We'll work our way up to the good stuff. We'll start with the other stuff, I guess. It's all... None of it's bad, I think, because,
Some's more exciting than others. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Let's start with the stuff that's like, oh, okay, I forgot this was happening. Legion. This is Fox's attempt to create a mutant verse on television. So do you know anything about Legion? Do you remember us talking about it?
Was it like 2 weeks ago we talked about it, wasn't it? I don't know.
I think that was the other TV show, because there's this one that's coming to FX, and then there's another one that they're talking about doing
Okay, well,
on Fox regular.
I don't know. I'm sure we talked about it, and I'm sure I knew at one point, but...
So yeah, this
I
show,
know-
it's got the guy from Downton Abbey and The Guest, I think, is the main person. He is this, I think, at least in the comic books, he's the son of Charles Xavier.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if they're doing that in the TV show. It's kind of hard to tell if this is connected to the movies at all.
Yeah,
'cause-
I was about to say they really haven't explained to us yet if it's that same universe, if they're doing like a DC thing, or it's two separate universes.
Which would just be like the weirdest fucking decision on their part to be like, and then here's this TV mutant verse, which won't have any of the mutants that you know, but here's this one guy. I would be like, why do that? Why not just connect them up? I mean, you don't have that many characters. I know there are a lot of X-Men, but come on, guys, just...
But how many of them do we care about?
I can count them on my hand, that many. One hand, even.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't go.
But hey, this guy seems interesting. He's insane. At least he's in an insane asylum or like a psychiatric institute, and it seems like his power set, at least in the comics, from what I remember reading on Wikipedia, because I haven't read anything about this guy, is that like he's got like split personality, and all these different personalities have like different power sets. Like one will be telekinetic, the other will be pyrokinetic, the other will be like, I don't know, metal bending powers or whatever. So like, if all of these different personalities will have different mutant powers. So that's why it's like Legion, because it's a legion of different personalities of different powers. Hence the name.
I get it.
In this show, it seems like he's bumped into some lady and stolen her powers or something. So he thinks he's crazy, but he might not be crazy, I think is what they were going for. It was hard to tell. It looks interesting.
It was kind of artsy.
Mm.
It was interesting, but at the same time, it didn't show much.
No, it was kind of confusing. Like, I'll watch it because, hey, it's on FX. FX does good shows. That's where Louis was. That's where Justified was.
Did Louis get cancelled?
No, I think he's just focusing on his other show at the moment. He's released a TV show to his website. We was releasing like episodes for $5 each.
Oh yeah,
I haven't watched it.
I'm not caught up with Louis yet. It's one of the ones I know I have to catch up on.
It's pretty good. Like, I can't think of a season that was bad. There are seasons that are different, but there's never a bad season of that show.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it looks interesting. I need to know more about it. I'm very kind of confused.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are confused about it. It's kind of like, okay, this character, he seems interesting. So just show us a little more. Show us what we're actually going to be watching, and maybe more people will make their mind up. Words.
Mm. Who would you get from the movies to show up in the show?
Oh well, if they are going for the Xavier's son, would be good for him to show up.
Who would you get? Would you get McAvoy or Stewart?
So I think I've talked about this before. It's so confusing to think about when they cross over. Because it's like, in the 80s, in Apocalypse, it's McAvoy, but apparently in like the next one, which is the Wolverine standalone, it's going to be Patrick Stewart again. Apparently that's like only like a 10-year gap. So I'm like, in 10 years, he changes from James McAvoy to Patrick Stewart. Okay, whatever.
I think that one's set after the Days of Future Past Future, or where Wolverine goes back and like everyone from the old universe is alive. It's set like after that.
Oh, really? I thought it was
Yeah.
like. I thought they were going like in the 90s ish.
No, I don't think it's in the 90s. If it was in the 90s, that'd be like, that makes no goddamn sense. Like, because they're doing Old Man Logan, as far as I can tell. So for them to set it in the 90s would be weird.
True. I don't know. James said I don't fucking know which one. Whichever's
Look,
cheap. Probably.
I can't blame you for being confused about the X-Men timeline.
Yeah.
Everyone is confused by the X-Men
Everyone's
timeline.
confused. Even Deadpool.
Mm.
No, I don't know. Get whoever's cheapest, probably, which would probably James McAvoy.
No, I think Patrick Stewart, if he'd be more prone to do TV, because he did that Stars TV show where he was Blood, I think it was called. And I
True.
can't remember the last time McAvoy was on TV. So
True. I guess Patrick Stewart did kind of start on TV too, didn't he?
yeah, he was Star Trek. So
Yeah, that was kind of where he had his beginnings.
yeah, I guess you could probably get Patrick Stewart on there. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know who else you could get. Like,
I don't know. I reckon it'd be good if like Patrick Stewart came on as like a more mainish role, like or at least recurring role, rather than like what Agents
like
of
to get a
Shield did,
recurring
where
role.
like freaking what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson showed up just the one episode.
he was in like two. Like there was one where it was just like on a plane. It was doing some I'm Samuel Jackson shouting, and then another one where it was actually like I'm an actual character. Here we talk about stuff. So
Yeah, true.
mm. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we've got. Let's talk about them. The Walking Dead season 7 trailer. Now I didn't watch this because I'm not caught up. So why don't you just give me a kind of a non-spoiler feels?
Okay, well, basically,
How did it make you feel?
it made me feel like they didn't show enough again.
Okay.
It feels like a lot of them are just throwing together whatever trailers they can in time for Comic-Con.
Mm.
Because at least half the trailer
Yeah.
was just like stuff we've already seen. It was
Okay.
just stuff from the most recent season. It
Mm.
was only like the last half of the trailer where they actually started showing us more stuff.
I feel like that's very common for like TV Comic-Con trailers.
Yeah. And like, I feel like they've kind of dug themselves into a hole with the promo for this next season
Mm.
because they made it so they can't show much.
Yeah,
Because they've ended on a cliffhanger, which I'm sure you've heard about this by now.
yeah, like
Wait.
Negan.
Negan kills someone, but we don't know who he kills.
Yeah, we don't know who it is.
Everyone's
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's the cameraman." No.
Mm.
So it's just they
Imagine
can't-
if there was that. It's just like it cuts back and it's like someone you've never seen before, and it's just some guy with a camera and he's dead. You're like,
that'd be
oh no,
juxtaposing.
not cameraman Steve. He was my favorite.
Guy always just standing at the back. But no,
Oh.
so they kind of dug themselves into the hole with this season's promo because they can't really show much because the more if they show anyone being alive, we'll know it's not them, won't we?
Yeah. So I
But
guess
the
did they
only-
show like new characters or?
Yeah, they showed a couple of new characters. They showed a bit of Negan talking, and they showed a bit of Carol because Carol, it definitely wasn't her because she wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
But both her and Morgan, I think, were off doing other things in other places. So it showed a bit of them too.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Is there some guy who has like a tiger or something? And I saw that image.
Oh, yes! I almost forgot it. Ezekiel! They're bringing Ezekiel into it.
Okay, so have you read the comics? Does Ezekiel mean something to you or?
No, this is one of the things where I haven't read the comics, but I've read extensively about them on Wikipedia.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's just because when they introduced like Abraham and
Mm.
all of them, they were
Yeah.
the first like really comic booky characters they released. It's like how is Abraham a real person? He's got like a mutton chop and he's just freaking killing zombies all over the place. That's not a real person. That's a comic book character.
Yeah, that's like.
Then Ezekiel, he's the king of the kingdom, which is another colony,
Oh yeah.
and he's a black guy with dreads, and he has a pet tiger.
All right, I like him already.
Yeah, and he's kind of a good guy. He ends up siding with Rick and Alexandria in the war against the Saviors.
Oh yeah. So
And they end up-
does
then
he?
Hmm?
Would he hook up with Michonne? That'd be cool. Just get some cool like dreaded action.
That may or may not happen in the comics.
Mm.
And by that I mean it definitely happens in the comics.
Ah, nice.
But screw it, I'm spoiling this for you. But at this point in the TV show, Rick and Michonne are hooking up, so...
Okay, I know this isn't related, but I just saw this thing that it's like you know how you read like some headlines and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? All right, listen to this. Cartoon withdrawn after showing Fireman Sam stepping on Quran.
What?
I'm not sure if it's Fireman Sam. Okay, what was it? Yeah, it's Fireman Sam. Okay. An episode of the British cartoon Fireman Sam has been withdrawn from a streaming site after it was found that a character appeared to step on a page of the Quran. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, did you see that story that's been fucking trending on Facebook? It made me so mad. That one where Lordy, you know, that would never be rails, that singer.
Yeah.
She was in an Uber and the Uber driver didn't recognize her at all and was telling her about how he'd just driven a celebrity and it was so exciting. And she posted a bunch of tweets just roasting this guy for not knowing who she was.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you self-entitled bitch. How can you be so mean to this guy just because he doesn't fucking know you? And that he was excited that he drove a celebrity.
Did it say which celebrity or is he...
No, he didn't say which celebrity.
Okay.
It was just her tweeting being a total bitch about the whole thing.
Well, I don't know. Is Lord a celebrity? Would you recognize Lord if you saw her on the street?
Not really.
Like, I have an idea in my mind of what she looks like, but if I saw her on the street, I wouldn't think, hey, that's Lord. I just think it just goes someone. Like, her face isn't recognizable enough to be like, oh my god, that's that person. It's just like, I don't know, she looks very generic. And like, she looks like any other young Australian / New Zealand person.
Yeah, here she is being a bitch to this Uber driver on Twitter because he didn't recognize her. Oh, celebrities. Anyway, back to real things like comic books. Yeah, Walking Dead, they're introducing Ezekiel, which means they're really getting into like the war with the saviors and really getting comic booky with this.
So who are the saviors? Is that someone that gets introduced, or is that like
the saviors are like they've already been introduced. Like Negan, the one that kills one of the crew.
Yeah,
he's the head of the saviors, and basically, like this is from like current season, so we know this stuff already. He's been what were they called? Not the kingdom, the hilltop. Yeah, the hilltop. That's what they were called. This other colony. Basically, the saviors just like
the Hilltop Hoods. Is it Australian rap group? Are they? Did they survive the apocalypse and move to Atlanta to fight zombies?
They're in Washington now, but yes.
Oh, in Washington. Okay, well,
so basically,
wherever the fuck they are.
Saviors are basically like, you have to give us half of your everything, or we're going to kill all of you. That's just their deal.
How about nah?
Well, they've tried that, and they die every time.
Yeah.
And
righto.
And Rick basically just went to the hilltop. Look, we'll take care of the saviors for you. And we'll start up like a trading thing. We have weapons, you need weapons. You have food, we need food. Let's do this. But first we kill the saviors for you. And that's why this war's starting.
I like an idea for war. So, like, do zombies even matter on this show anymore? Or is it just...
No. Zombies are just like a minor inconvenience at this point.
Because it was getting to that point where, like, they would just be walking around and then zombies would be in the background and they just, like, wouldn't even acknowledge them. They'd just be like, oh, it's yeah, zombies
like
exist.
CGI'd in.
Guys, I think we should walk slightly faster. Why? There's some zombies behind us. What? Oh, yeah. Fuck. You know, I forgot they existed. So did I.
It's pretty much at this point, all the show is about is them adjusting to post-apocalypse society. Because, they still... Oh, I guess at the end of season before this, there was a big thing with the zombies.
I remember, like, they were trying to travel, like, somewhere, and then there was, like, a giant horde of zombies just on the road, and they couldn't get there.
Yeah, like, the first few episodes of this season, like, they found just outside of Alexandria, which is where they're hanging out now, there was a huge, like, quarry with just a metric fuck ton of zombies in it. They're like, you know, they're going to get out and kill us. So basically, they plan out this giant, intricate cattle herd, basically, to get the zombies out and away. But everything happens, and
So they
all
didn't
of
try to
them-
like set them on fire, like just like drop a bunch of
Well,
gasoline down there.
basically by the end of it, because everything goes wrong and the
Mm.
walls of Alexandria come down and they're all inside the walls. Basically,
Oh, yeah.
Rick just goes down. He's like, I'm just gonna hand-to-hand combat them all. And he
Oh,
goes
yeah.
out, and he just starts just mowing them down. Then everyone kind of joins him. They're all just mowing them down. Then Daryl gets back, and Daryl has like a bazooka.
What? Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, and
I'll
Daryl's just-
catch up eventually. You know what? Let's leave it there. Walking Dead ebbs and flows. I'll catch up eventually.
Yeah, I'll stop talking about it now.
Yeah. All right. Let's
on.
move on. Let's get into all this DC and Marvel shit. Let's start with the CW DC stuff. Let's talk about Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes, and in this trailer, it's Justice Society of America
Yeah.
ish.
It's kind of like it seems like a lot of stuff just from the first episode. It's a lot of Mick go like, "Oh, fire! I talk like this. Oh, this isn't annoying at all." Like,
Yeah, and they're introducing Damien Dark into it, so it's just like
yeah, that was like, so it's like, was it 1920s Damien Dark or something? Is he immortal? Was that established, or is he just like wear a lot of different styles of clothes that like he could be from any era? Ooh.
I don't know, but they're time traveling, so it's very easy to go back in time to before Oliver killed him, and it's just like, oh, he's alive, but
Yep. Oh,
Oliver did
what
kill him.
happens?
like it was a bit the way he did kill him, but he killed him.
Yeah, it was kind of just like, you can't do it. But what if I shoot you with an arrow? No, what if I just take an arrow and stab it into you? Oh, I didn't see that coming. That trumps my magic. Oh no! It was like, ugh.
Yeah, his magic went totally limp dick.
So
One
yeah,
second.
it's surprising. Like this trailer was like the least exciting one, but it's the season that I'm most looking forward to, just because of the Justice Society.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm probably looking forward more to like it's probably this, Flash, then Arrow, and like my anticipated CW shows returning. Also, I'm kind of interested to see what Supergirl season 2 is about, because now that it's on the CW, what's going to happen there? I really need to like finish the last 2 episodes of that season.
I really need to start that.
So have you watched any of the Supergirl episodes?
Nope.
It's a show, and it's not.
It's a show. Yes, great
Yeah.
observation, Aiden.
Yeah, like it's not good, but it's not like Gotham bad. So it's not Gotham. I'll say that straight up. Like I'm sure Gotham's fine. I know there was a San Diego Comic-Con trailer for Gotham. I don't give a shit about it, and maybe it's gotten better, maybe, but I just don't care anymore. Like,
I feel ya.
yeah. That's like my comic book show that I decided, like, no, I'm just sitting in that one. I need to get rid of something because I already watched too much of this garbage. I think I've gotten rid of Lucifer. I gave up halfway through that and don't care anymore about that, which is good because now I'm just like, oh, good, I'm free of that. I'm considering whether to stop watching Preacher or not. Like, I'm about like I watched like the first 3 episodes and I'm like, this show has some cool stuff, but also a lot of stuff that I don't care about. So like, ooh, maybe. So maybe I might drop Preacher depending on.
I've been debating starting Preacher because I've heard mixed reviews.
Look, the cast is great, and a lot of the concepts they do is great. And the first episode, the first 10 minutes of it, are real great. And did you ever watch Misfits?
No.
Oh, well, they've got this guy who's playing like an Irish vampire who is great in that show. And that's like my entire reason to wanting to keep watching it, because I'm like, this guy is great. Dominic Cooper, his character is kind of boring at the moment. I'm sure it'll get interesting later. And the chick who played Raina on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she's in it and she's pretty great. It's like everyone but the main character is kind of great.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know. I should be watching the show, but there's just blur. You know, there's other stuff out there.
Anyway, let's get back on topic. Legends of Tomorrow.
It there wasn't a lot shown. It was just like a little bit of the guy from Suits being like, "Oh, bubbity boo," and
there was a fair bit of footage from season 1 again.
yeah, But I don't know. I want to keep watching this show. It had
I'm gonna keep
it had
watching.
bumps, but it was like, it's just it can do a whole bunch of things, and I'm still really interested in the time travel kind of thing. Also, Justice Society. So, fuck it, I'll keep watching.
Yeah, thumbs up. We'll keep watching.
All right, Flash. Flash showed off a
You
little
know
bit
what
of
I
what
think?
they're.
The more I think about it, the more I think Flash was my favorite out of these shows this year.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like,
'Cause I think I originally liked Arrow more, but now the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, no, I think Flash was the best.
that's how we all felt. We all thought, nah, we like Arrow, but then Flash came along, and I'm like, God damn, Cisco is amazing. Maybe this show.
Yes.
Also, Jesse L. Martin, who plays Joe West on that show, is like such a great actor, and like any like ridiculous moment that they have is grounded completely by his responses and his like emotional range.
Yep, definitely.
He's so good. Like, Arrow doesn't quite have that. Like, Diggle is real good, but he's kind of like always like, Oliver, you gotta be doing this. I got my Diggle voice on. Oh, it's like, but Joe West has like all these like different range of emotions and responses. Like, I just like how he has like the kind of responses that I would have sometimes that things like it's
Yes.
completely ridiculous. He's like, that's insane. Don't do that. That's real dumb. Like, he'll call people on their shit. Like, sometimes he's like, TV character written because it's like, oh yeah, it's a TV show. But other times it's just like, that's a great response. That really completely grounds this whole show completely on his performance. If he ever dies, I'll stop watching the show, quite honestly.
I understand. Yeah, now in this trailer, we saw a bit of what happens when Barry changes the timeline.
Oh, God, such a selfish decision. So dumb.
Like,
And-
God damn it, Barry!
I'm still not entirely sure, like, how's he supposed to fix it if he doesn't have his, like, he goes back, so he's in Flashpoint, he doesn't have his powers, but it seems like there's some other, like,
He'll probably do what he did in the Flashpoint movie, where he recreates the experiment that fucked him up in the first place.
but they've already kind of done that last season, so would he have to do that again? Are we gonna have to see him do that thing again where he sets himself, like, basically electrocutes himself and nearly dies? Like, it's just a repeat.
Yeah.
Also, it seems
I
like
don't
there's
know.
another speedster who's like, well, you don't know their name, we don't know who they are yet. Also Kid Flash. That's cool. I'm really excited to see Wally West as Kid Flash. That's gonna be great. It's just like,
Yeah, and it
I
seems
don't
like in this, like, Iris and Joe, they don't know him, or like they don't
Mm.
remember him. Like, they were friends when they were kids, but they stopped talking.
yeah.
So there's that, and there's like Cisco is the head of Star Labs. That's a thing.
That's great. Like, isn't that just kind of weird to think like, oh my God, my entire life has been holding you back. If I just never existed, you would have been this successful CEO. Wow, I'm a shitty friend.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Like,
I'm
everyone's
still-
lives seem to be better and safer without Barry Allen being, fucking up the timeline and fucking up everyone else's lives. Like, he kind of did everyone like a favor but at the same time, it's like, man, this isn't, this is wrong. Like,
yeah, it's like everyone seems better off but him.
Mm.
Oh, then
Mm.
again, his parents are alive, so
that's true.
that.
I'm interested to see more.
In fact,
I'm
if you think about it, the only bad thing is he doesn't have his powers.
pretty much like, yeah.
Oh, the Reverse Flash knows what's going on, though. The Reverse Flash knows that shit ain't right.
Mm.
Then again, in Flashpoint movie, the Reverse Flash knows that shit ain't right too.
I did like that he was, saying like, oh, how's it feel to be the villain, Flash? Like, ooh, that's interesting.
Maybe in this universe, he's Zoom.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering like how this is like gonna connect back to all the other shows, because like if this is in like a different timeline, so now we're in like Earth 4 for this kind of universe, or
If you think about it, it kind of doesn't have to, because
Hmm.
in the Flashpoint film, I know I keep relating it back to this,
Yeah.
but when he goes back to that point and fixes his shit so he doesn't change the timeline, he basically just ends up like the exact same point he went back, so like no time had passed.
yeah.
So it would be like in 1 second for everyone else.
I guess I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do some like epic shit. Maybe they can introduce like Aquaman because they talked about Atlantis a lot last season.
They did, didn't they?
Like I'm just hoping like if Supergirl can introduce Superman and have Superman on their show, just like let the floodgates open. Just let all these DC like CW shows do whatever the fuck they want. Have their own little Justice League. Have a Superman. Have a Batman. Have all of that shit. Have it all. Like let them just do it. Like sure we're gonna see it on in the movies, fine, but just let them do it. Stop constraining them. Stop saying no, you can't do this. No, you can't have that character. Just let them do it.
Maybe we can get a more true to the source material Flashpoint, where it does have like the Amazon Atlantean War.
Because that's the shit that I care about. Because that shit was dope.
Yeah, that was dope. Michael B. Jordan as Cyborg. Oh yes, please.
Oh yes, yes, Queen.
Queen.
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan is Queen.
He is. All right, so let's talk about Arrow.
Yes, he has a new team. Apparently,
Mr. Terrific. I think that the chick who was in last season who like replaced Black Canary for like an episode, she's going to be Artemis. If you ever watch Young Justice, she's going to do that, which is cool. I'm keen to see that. And Wild Dog, the other guy.
yeah, that's a thing.
And then it seems
And
like
Curtis.
yeah, Curtis is being Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, Curtis. I'm keen for Curtis. Yay.
Curtis is good. I want to see more of that. No, I'm keen for a new Team Arrow. Get some more superheroes going. It seems like this season they're moving back to basics, so it's going to be, mobsters and supervillains and like vigilantes kind of thing. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And Oliver is mayor. That's going to be neat. So I'm just hoping for some more like kick-ass action. Like these other shows, I go for like the special effects and like, oh, that's cool to see these like different superheroes on screen. For Agents of Shield, fucking Arrow, whatever the A starting one is, Arrow, it's all about like the action. Like just give me some cool like stunt work.
Yeah. I think, like, I heard that the main villain in this is apparently going to be, like, Malcolm Merlin again.
Okay.
Yeah, like, apparently it's, like, it's some group with some name. I don't remember their name, but it's, like, him and a couple of other people. Captain Cold was one of them. Like, I don't know how that's going to work, but okay.
Alright. So like a Legion of Doom kind of thing, or
Maybe. It was called something.
all right. Well, if it's a team of bad guys, that's fine with me. Just throw a bunch of bad guys at them. Get people to come back. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, just have fun with it. And
Oh,
give us some
and
cool
on-
action.
Just for this season of Flash, just introduce Mirror Master. Like he's one of Flash's rogues gallery. They haven't done him yet. It's just I thought they were going to do him in season 2. Like that was my prediction from season 1. I'm like, and now you can do Mirror Master. And then season 2 came and went. And I'm like, okay, you didn't listen to me. I'll repeat myself. Give me Mirror Master. I know he's a dumb character. You did a giant shark person. Give me a man who goes through mirrors. Do
I
it.
can't believe they did Mega Shark. That's what I call him, Mega Shark. I don't know if that's his actual name, but
His name is Street Shark. Thank you very much.
your mother's a street shark.
Do you remember Street Sharks?
Nope.
What? You don't remember Street Sharks? They were on rollerblades. It was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they were like Street Fighters, but they were sharks. They were on
Should I be-
rollerblades.
Should I be Googling this?
Look up, Vin Diesel trying to sell Street Sharks at like a 1999 toy fair. Hilarious. Look it up later. Trust me, you'll thank me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely you'll thank me. All right, let's move over to Marvel and then Netflix stuff. Actually, no, just before that, we're going to talk quickly about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I mentioned just before. They had like a teaser. It wasn't really a trailer, but they did drop some big news that Ghost Rider would be on the next season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How do you feel about that?
I like Ghost Rider, but I want him to have a movie.
And this isn't the Ghost Rider that we know, because this isn't the kind of Nick Cage Ghost Rider.
I was
This
going to say,
is-
this isn't terrible.
Yeah, this is Robbie Reyes, who's one of the other ones. He drives a Dodge Charger. He isn't possessed by the spirit of vengeance. It's something else. But they might kind of change that up a little bit for this iteration of him.
See, the thing is, it's pretty easy to be multiple versions of Ghost Rider. Because it's like,
Mm.
want to sell your soul to the devil? Okay, you're Ghost Rider.
And I think Clark Gregg said that because this season they've got a later time slot, they can be a little bit darker. So they're going to line up a little bit more with what Netflix is doing. So this
True.
could be a better season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because we're finally getting a more like name superhero characters. So, hey.
Did I tell you that I finally caught up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Well, I did.
How do you feel?
I feel like it was very good up until the last 1 second where I'm like, I do not like this. I don't like Daisy going rogue. I don't like Phil not being the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore.
The only thing I like about that is that if Phil isn't the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore, maybe they're going to bring in Maria Hill and have her be the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is how it is in the comics, which I'm like, if you do that, yes, good, please.
I guess she's not busy with How I Met Your Mother anymore.
No, what's she doing? What is Kobe Smulders doing?
And I don't know.
Exactly.
Not How I Met Your Mother.
Come back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., play Maria Hill, please. She's been on the show once or twice before already. Just come back.
She has.
She was in the pilot episode. Just bring her back.
True. They could do that. I would like that.
Mm.
You know,
I feel like they might not do that though, but I like if that was my pick of like what they should do to bring like a new director in, it's like just bring Maria Hill back. Get her back on this board.
yeah. Anyway, next season should be good. We've already seen kind of what the
Also,
bad's
since that
gonna be.
Most Wanted thing didn't go through, I'd like them to bring back Bobby and Hunter. Just bring them back.
Yeah, because that's why they left, didn't it? Because they were going to have their own show.
Yeah, they're going to go in their own
Cancelled.
show, then they cancel that. So I'm like, well, bring them back now. Like, doesn't matter if it's like sheepishly, oh, I guess we can come back now because something. I'm like, just, whatever excuse you got to make
They'll
up, just bring them
find a
back.
way.
Mm,
They'll
exactly.
find a way.
All right, so Netflix. Let's talk
Netflix.
about that. Look, do you want to go like the big news first and go from like whatever the trailers were longest, so shortest to longest, or what do you want to do?
I really don't care.
All right, well, let's go shortest to longest just because, sure, why not? Daredevil Season 3 was announced with like a little quick teaser. And that was like, oh, cool, neat. Also,
I didn't even realize there was a teaser for that.
it was like a short little thing. It was just like, it was in a subway and like there was a 1 and 2 that were lit up and then a 3 that was darkened. And then you hear some like fighting noises and then it lights up on 3 and there's like some blood splatter on it and it plays the Daredevil thing and it's like Daredevil Season 3 coming soon. So you didn't miss much. Like,
Okay.
it was just like a little thing to be like, oh, it's coming. Haha. So, you know.
I get you.
Also, it would have been nice also if they'd done like a little thing for Jessica Jones. Just, I know they've already announced that they're going to do a second season, but it would have been nice just to see a little thing. It's like a,
Yeah. But then again, at the same time, we all knew there'd be a season 3 of Daredevil.
oh yeah. I mean, come on.
Would have been good to see a Punisher trailer as well, but we didn't.
I guess they haven't started shooting that yet, so.
True.
Mm.
True. Yeah. So we got Defenders
Yeah.
teaser.
With a bit of Nirvana as the Come
Yeah,
As
it's
You
like
Are.
Somber Nirvana version.
Which is nice. It was kind of like tearing things up, showing like a little bits of like each of their logos to spell out defend, which was cool. And Stick going like, oh, how can you save New York if you can't even save yourselves? Which is like very Avengers, very Marvel. Like, you're all pieces of shit. How are you going to save the day? It's like,
Somehow.
stroke of luck? I guess so.
Yeah. No, I've seen people speculating. They think that the main villain they're going to be facing is the Hand, because at the end where the logo's spelled out, it's on the top of a hand. So that's the one theory
That
for
makes
what
sense.
it's going to be about.
I
I think it's a bit too on the nose.
I don't mind that if it's like the Hand. If the Hand like team up with like Kingpin, like bring him back in maybe, and like whatever's happening over at Jessica Jones.
They're going to
like,
bring Vincent D'Onofrio back.
just like bring in like all kind of like elements from all their shows, like so it's like all kind of teaming up to try and take over New York and just make it epic. That's what
Yeah.
I say. So yeah, that looks real good. And also we got some bloody teaser for Iron Fist, which I did not expect at all. I didn't expect to see anything for Iron Fist for ages, but it was just a little snippet, and having read like a bunch of like just Iron Fist in the past like 6 months, it was like, oh, all of this is iconic imagery to me. It's like, yep, there's the crash. There's like, I'm really hoping that we get to see more of Quan Lun and we get kind of like a Doctor Strange vibe, because Iron Fist story is very similar to Doctor Strange in a lot of ways, where like he goes off into the mountains and he's dealing with all these like mystical Asian types, but instead of becoming like a magician, he learns how to punch real good.
Yeah, well, they showed in the trailer him getting found by monks.
Yeah,
So,
I'd like if they could do that, because Danny is like tied into a lot of mysticism, and so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
And I hope he gets a good costume. Like, I would have liked maybe also if they'd release like a concept art for what his costume would look like. I know, and I hope they don't go like the Daredevil season 1 thing where it's like he doesn't get a full costume until like the last episode. Like, we've been there, we've done that. Give him a costume at least by the halfway mark. Don't tease us. Don't shit us around.
It makes me think though, how much of it is going to be like the origin? Do you think it'll be like one episode or maybe like 10 minutes, or how much do you think is going to be like that first origin training story?
Like, for any other character, I'd say I don't want too much, but for Iron Fist, just because Quan Lun and like his origin is so fascinating, where like he punches into the heart of a dragon to, get his powers. So I want to see a dragon. I want to see Quan Lun. I want to see this like interdimensional Asian city. I want to see him training. I want to see all of that. Like, give it all to me.
So you reckon like an episode at
Like
least?
two.
Okay.
Like a good 2, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This could
Even
be
if
good.
it's
I
like
like magic.
even if it's like little moments spaced out over a couple episodes, and then maybe one like big episode is given like a chunk of it.
Flashback sequences.
Yeah, but like I don't want
Could
like
work.
the whole story to be just like his origin and then he comes out. I'd like it to be like it starts off like in New York and we have like the New York storyline, but then we're getting like flashbacks to his origin and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be in New York because we had that thing where he was tied down in the room, then he punched through a wall.
Oh, that was
It's
sweet.
like- I remember someone saying, like, out of all the defenders, he's probably, like, with, like, brute strength, he's definitely the strongest.
Oh yeah,
'Cause,
definitely.
Daredevil has martial arts. He's quick. He's smart. That's how he fights. Then Luke Cage, he can just... He encapsulates the word defend. Just like, you can't hurt him. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And Jessica Jones, she's strong. But then, like, Iron Fist, he punch through walls strong.
Yeah, no, Iron Fist is definitely like probably out of all of them, he gets like the best of both worlds. Like he's not quite bulletproof like Luke Cage is, but he like you think like Daredevil's a good martial artist, Iron Fist is like better in every sense of the word. Like he's the best martial artist in the Marvel universe, I'm pretty sure. He's definitely on top.
So in a fight, who do you think would win, Iron Fist or Daredevil?
Oh, Iron Fist. Straight up.
Without a doubt? Okay.
Without a doubt, Iron Fist would
I
win.
can't answer that because I don't know too much about Iron Fist yet.
Like, maybe Daredevil would find some way to, like, if it was a straight up, like, martial arts bout where, like, they had to test each other's skill, Iron Fist would win. But maybe, like, if Daredevil wasn't fighting, like, fair and, like, he's, like, the boxer, like, you hit him, like, he just keeps getting back up and won't go down easy. Maybe he'd like
that's
find a way to win.
Daredevil, he has his kind of roots in boxing as well, so he can take a hit.
Yeah, but if it's like just like a straight up like kung fu exhibition match, Iron Fist would wipe the floor with him.
Yeah, my floor's all sticky.
All right, so speaking of, we've talked a bit about him, Luke Cage. Holy shit, I love this trailer so much.
Oh yeah.
Boy, it's so. First up, we got some Wu-Tang. It's oh baby, I like it more. Oh baby, I like it more. Yes.
Like what the world needs right now, of all this police brutality going on, it's a bulletproof black man.
Oh, preach it. Boy, he is just like Mike Coulter wasn't my first choice. It wasn't even like on my radar to play Luke Cage, but after seeing him in Jessica Jones and seeing him in this trailer, he is everything I've wanted from Luke Cage. He's just like, he's got the swagger down.
Rocking it.
He's just got the imposing figure down. He's he's nailed it. He's perfect.
He did the Sweet Christmas.
Oh yes, we got 2 Sweet Christmases. We better get some more in this season. Like, you can't have him not saying it on his own show.
I hope there's at least one Sweet Christmas episode.
Oh yes, one an episode. Like, just him coming across some crazy shit, or like even if they stuck in like a fiddle faddle, which is something from like the current run of the comics, which like it would make no sense, but that I'd maybe like later down the line once he has a kid with Jessica, chuck it in there. But like, oh boy, he's just so. We see him like he picks up like a car door, uses it as a battering ram to get through another door, walks through a hallway, just like wrecking people, and it ends up you find it like the only reason he had that car door was to try and not get shot in his shirt. So like he's just sick of buying new clothes. And he's just like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
then he kind of just one dude just wraps the car door around him.
Wraps the car door around him like, yes, a fucking you are a burrito now. What? You are burrito. Pushes him down the stairs.
Yeah,
Sees a bunch of guys coming at him, punches into a wall, pulls out a pipe just to beat them with it. Oh,
yeah, like
so good.
We don't really know who or what he's fighting, but we don't need to know.
No, they're shooting at him. They're trying to kill him. He's like, nah, knock him up. Just knock him down. Fucking wreck him. Oh, man, every Netflix show needs like a kick-ass hallway fight scene. It's
Definitely. I think they realize that.
yeah, like, and Daredevil season 2 had like 3, so it's whew, so good. I love me a hallway fight scene.
Yes, Luke
Give
Cage
me more.
trailer gets a big old thumbs up from us. Keen. When is it? September the something?
September 30th. So it's like a couple of months away.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
What's it like? So it's August,
It's
September.
pretty much the exact date that Jessica Jones was released.
It was like
Last year.
November something.
No, I'm pretty sure Jessica Jones was September last year.
Was it? I
I
can't
think it was like
remember.
September 23rd.
You know what? Check our podcast feed. See when we uploaded the episode.
Yeah, we did an episode on it.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to this. This can't come soon enough. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
All right,
So
that's
let's
our
move-
TV stuff. Let's get into some of these
Only
movies.
50 minutes in.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's
It's going to be a long one.
let's try. Okay, my phone's locked for some reason. Fuck. Okay,
Oh,
what's let's go. Kong Skull
Kong.
Island.
Yes. It's a King Kong. Again. The famous
Woo.
people.
Okay, so
Island.
we've got Loki, Captain Marvel, spoilers, I guess. She's
Nick Fury.
in this, Nick Fury in here, trying to take down, and John Goodman, because
just a random John Goodman.
I feel like he's playing the same character he played in 10 Cloverfield Lane, where it's just another guy who's like, I'm
Did
sick.
you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I know in like that one he's like, afraid like there's a giant monster out there. Oh, you can't go outside. And here it's like there are giant monsters everywhere. It's like he's basically playing the same kind of conspiracy theorist guy where it's like there are giant monsters and they're coming to get me personally. It's like you
Well,
might be
this one-
right.
Well, both of them is right.
Because goddamn, that's a big ass gorilla.
We're going to need a bigger island. Bad Jaws
this-
reference.
This is looking good. Like, I'm glad that it's not just like another King Kong kind of repeat. Like, it seems different. Like, Peter Jackson's one was like all set in like the 1920s, and like this one seems to be like the 50s, I think.
Yeah, at least.
So that we're kind of, or at least like 50s, 60s, 70s, enough time that like
There was
they've got, like,
helicopters. There
Yeah.
was helicopters.
there was helicopters, machine guns. There's a bunch of army people on the island. That seems cool.
Definitely like post World War II. Let's say that.
Oh boy, just whoo! There's giant bones. The bones are so big,
Yeah.
and that giant bloody handprint on the cliff face. God damn.
Yeah, and it definitely has like a creepy vibe to it, which I like.
Yeah,
Meant
I'm
to be
digging
like
it.
a
Like,
monsterish horror movie.
especially if like this is set in the same universe as Godzilla, so that like eventually King Kong versus Godzilla, we're gonna get that.
It could be good.
That would be good. I'd watch the shit out of that. No,
We'll
I'm
just
looking
watch
forward to
the- watch
this.
the
It looks
shit
cool.
out of it. No, it looks good. I'm gonna watch it probably.
I'm looking forward to that. All right, King Arthur, Guy Ritchie is back. He's making.
I did not watch that.
Okay, so let me try and explain it to you. So, have you ever seen a Guy Ritchie movie?
Probably.
All right, try and imagine.
None come to mind.
All right,
but
Man from
probably.
Uncle. You saw that.
Yes.
Try.
Yes.
Okay, so instead of 60s spies, it's King Arthur. That's the film. That's the vibe I got from the trailer.
So it's
Like,
it's
it's like-
medieval spies.
No, like it's like I don't know. It's like a heist movie. It's like King Arthur is like a criminal, basically. Like it feels a lot like one of his like crime lord kind of criminal movies, but it also seems like there's like some fraud going on, maybe like a heist. But I'm not sure if like this is like a serious movie or a comedy. There's a lot of like jokes in there and a lot of like quick, fast edits. It's a very like hard trailer to kind of gauge on like whether it's going to be good or not. Like there's a lot of Game of Thrones actors in it. It's confusing. I'm not sure if it's good or not. I'm very confused by it.
But just from you explaining it, I'm not sure how to feel about it.
I'm very confused by it. Like
I can tell.
it was probably one of the more like intriguing trailers I watched from Comic-Con, because everything else is kind of like, yeah, this is good. It looks good. This is the one that I was just like, oh, okay, I have no idea what this is gonna be like. This is very confusing.
See, I saw that trailer. Like, I saw you post it on our page, I'm pretty sure. And I just look at the title and like, I'm good. I don't think I need this in my life, but I feel I'm going to have to watch it now. You've told me about it.
I'm still waiting for like a really good King Arthur movie. Like, I know there was like the Merlin TV show that everyone else, seemed to like, but
I watched it for like half a season.
yeah, I never watched it all the way through. Maybe if I'd watched it all the way through, I'd be like, oh, Merlin, but I'm just like, whatever.
Well, from in the half a season that I watched, Arthur was just kind of a fucking dick.
Yeah.
He was like the popular kid with a rich dad in school.
And
Merlin was kind of just like the nerdy kid who was playing D&D.
Like, I don't need like my King Arthur show to be kind of all Doctor Who'd up. I don't need that. I just need like a good like solid movie. And like there was that like King Arthur thing. It was like Clive Owen, and they were like trying to tell like the real story, quotation marks, where there wasn't any magic in it. And it was like he was a Roman legionnaire, and then he fought for the Britons and stuff. And that was like whatever. But just like, I don't know. I want a good King Arthur movie. Give me all like the magic and bullshit, but just like condense it into a good 2.5 hour or 2 hour, solid thing. Don't fuck me around.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
That'll be our final thoughts for that trailer. Don't fuck us around.
Don't fuck me around.
One that I'm really excited for. I don't know about you. Lego Batman.
Oh boy, does this look good. And especially like I just finished BoJack Horseman, which I'll be talking about in the recommendations. But yeah, I really like Will Arnett. He's such a great voice actor. Like, I think I like him more as a voice actor than a regular actor.
See, did you ever watch the Lego movie?
I did.
I watched it pretty late. I enjoyed it. I think I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have because everyone hyped it up like, oh my god,
you needed to watch it when it was like, you need to watch it when it's just like, okay, I guess it's a Lego movie, whatever, and then you would have been like, oh my god, this is amazing. But like, if you watched it after everyone's going like, oh, it's so good, because they'd watched it with like no expectations and been like pleasantly surprised, you were like expecting good, and it was like, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I was expecting great. I got good. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Like because everyone just hyped it up so much for me, like, oh, it's my favorite movie, oh, it's the best movie ever.
I wouldn't,
movie of the year.
I wouldn't put it anywhere there, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, that's just what I was hearing. Like, I kept hearing how great it was. But yeah, this looks even better to me because A, fucking Batman, and B, just the jokes. They're very like referential Batman humor for starters. Like in the first trailer, we got all the jokes about the previous movies and.
Yeah, all the crazy phases he went through in 2016, 2012, 2008, 2005,
best part of
so
it.
on and so on and so on. Yeah.
And I liked in this trailer, freaking like, oh my god, does Batman live in Bruce Wayne's basement? No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
That's great.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of the trailer?
I just like when he gets the Robin outfit, he's like, oh, reggae Batman. He takes that. It's like, okay, that's gonna be my Robin outfit. And it's like, oh, these pants, they're too constricting. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Limber. Ooh.
Yeah,
Like, that was
it's
great.
The whole trailer. It's pretty funny. It's Lego Batman. Come
Probably
on.
the only time I've heard Black and Yellow used and approved of it, because it's a terrible song. But like,
It's a
hey,
terrible
you know what?
song.
I approve of its use here. It's fine.
I kind of started bopping along like black and yellow, black and yellow, black and.
No, I'm looking forward to it. We've got like Michael Cera as Robin there. We've got I think Zach Galifianakis is going to be Joker. So, hey, give it to me. Give me that shit.
Yes, Lego Batman. Definitely keen.
All right, Suicide
Keen
Squad
for-
had their final trailer, which I think I watched, but I can't remember any of it because I'm
This is
trying
gonna be
to
terrible
forget.
because I intentionally didn't watch it because I'm at the point where like I don't want to see anymore.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
I'm
intentionally didn't
straight
watch
up at that point. Like, I'm intentionally trying to forget everything I know about this movie before I see it, so I can, like, because they're releasing like clips and like actual scenes from the film, and like I'm avoiding them because like I'm just like, look, it's around the corner. It's like a week
it.
away.
Less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. You don't need to promote so much anymore. Like, calm down. I know you're like very worried after Batman v Superman was just like a critical failure, but look, I'm gonna see a Suicide Squad movie. I'm sure it's gonna be
Oh wow, it is a week, isn't it? It's next
probably
Thursday.
good.
Wow.
Fuck yeah, it's a week. Fuck. All right, seeing it Thursday. Fuck me.
Yeah,
I'm-
it's 2 weeks until No Man's Sky. That's what I was thinking of.
Woo. I gotta
I'll
see
do a
that.
video review on that.
I also need to see the new Star Trek. I hear it's real good. I want to see that.
We were gonna do that this episode
Yeah.
and do Comic Con next episode, but there's just so much.
There's so
we're
much.
just talking about Comic Con trailers today, and we're already up to an hour, and we've still got a bunch left.
It's like, oh my god. All right, we've still got. Let's keep going with like the DC stuff because they actually had.
Suicide Squad. We're gonna see it. We didn't watch this trailer because we don't want any more spoiled. So this is just us saying it's out there if you want to watch that trailer.
Man, I'm like DC had a really good panel this year. They showed off more than I thought they would. Like, I thought we were just gonna get like some Suicide Squad stuff and maybe some Wonder Woman stuff, but we got a lot of stuff. And the Wonder Woman trailer was actually really interesting. Like, what did you think of this?
It got me interested in it.
Like, what do you know about Wonder Woman? Like, do you know?
I
anything?
know that she's Wonder Woman,
Okay, yeah. So, like, as someone who doesn't know
feminist
anything,
icon.
as someone who like doesn't know anything about her, how's this like trailer selling the character to you?
Ooh, Aiden hit with the deep questions. Will it basically I've understood the concept like, okay, Amazon, there's no males, and it's kind of like that cluelessness and that her integrating into a society with males. That's going to be really interesting to watch, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It looks cool. It had some cool action things where she's got a shield and fending the bullets. And she just kicks away a fucking bazooka.
Yeah. You know,
bullet
like the
thing.
best like description I can give it, which is how I feel like a lot watching it, is that it's kind of like Thor meets Captain America, except she's a woman.
You know, that's probably a good explanation. I was thinking it's very kind of first Captain America-esque.
Yeah, it's
you
very
it's
like-
got that wartime thing, and she's going to be like the big symbol to rally the troops, I guess.
It's very First Avenger, like, especially like, I don't know, every time like I think of like that image they showed in BVS, where she's like her and like her ragtag group of like diverse people. I'm just like, she's just kind of like if Thor was Captain America, but in World War I and a woman.
Yeah,
But you know,
pretty
that's
much.
fine. Like I like all those elements. I hear that, I'm like, cool. I've never seen a superhero movie set in World War One. That could be interesting. I don't know a hell of a lot about World War One actually. It seems like this is the year that like a lot of people have gone like, we have exhausted all of World War Two. What can we do?
World War
What about
One.
World War One? Holy shit! Why haven't we thought about that? Fucking
Because
bring in the
World War
guys.
One-
Bring them in.
World War One was a shit ton of grey areas, and nobody really fucking knew who was the good guy.
No, it was a lot of just big dirt fields with people sitting in trenches dying of
See,
mustard gas.
In World War II,
Mm.
there's a very clear bad guy. Hitler, Nazis, bad. Okay.
Mm.
And even Germany now agrees, like, yeah, Hitler, Nazis, bad. Whereas World War One, it kind of just got way bigger than it should have, just because of all these alliances and treaties. Like, oh, this country's a war we have to go to.
So complicated. So fucking complicated.
Yeah. Anyway, away from historical implications of World War One.
No, it looks interesting. I really like how she's like using her lasso. Like, she looks like
Lasso of
someone who
truth.
knows how to use it. So she's just like whipping it around, doing all this cool shit with it. Like, I like how
she's highly trained, that's for sure.
I like how it stands out from everything. So like, I kind of like the glowy effect of it. I was kind of ho hum about it in BVS, but here I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I really like all their fighting styles. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm still not entirely clear on what the story is. Like is
we
there
know the man washes it up on shore. She's like, you're a man.
like, I feel like there's like an element they're not telling us. Like maybe like Ares or like the god of war or something is involved with like the Axis or the Germans or something. So maybe there's something going on there. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure who the bad guy is. That's what I'm like. They haven't quite revealed yet. Like, I get that she's going to World War One. She's going to fight in some battles, but like, why does she feel like a personal stake to like fight all this stuff?
Because she falls in love with the guy.
Yeah, but she's got to have like her Red Skull. Who's her Red Skull? That's what I'm wondering.
I guess we'll find out eventually.
Like, you know, Cap has his Peggy, but he also needs a Red Skull.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yes, we'll find
later.
out. All right. Let's skip forward a couple of 100 years to Justice League.
Couple of hundred, hey? Couple of hundred. How long ago do you think World War One was?
Couple of 100 years ago. I know my time. I don't know. When do you think Justice League is set? It could be a couple. I was going to say decades, but I was like, fuck it. I don't know. A while away, like 100 years or so.
Let's give it that. Okay.
No, it's like 100 years because it's like
Yeah, about
1917 to 2017. Yeah, 100 years. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. We're going with that. We're going with 100. Okay.
All right.
So, it's Batman, Batfleck,
Mm.
and he's recruiting, and we get to see Aquaman and Flash.
Like, they are really
Cyborg.
trying to show off, like, this is a different tone to BVS. Like, people are going to crack jokes. They're going to have a personality. They're not just going to be angry all the time. There's going to be, like, different color palettes, different kinds of people. It looks like... I feel like I've been hurt once before with Batman v Superman, so I'm just, like, trying not to be like, ugh, like, please don't.
It's like a lover just gently rubbing you back. Come back to me, Aiden. Like, I don't know.
No, you hurt me so much last time. Like, no, it won't be the same. Like, I've changed, baby. I've changed. Look, I can take a joke. Look, look. You like the
I
Flash?
hear you can talk to fish. Ha ha.
You like the Flash? Yeah, I like the Flash. You like this guy's the Flash? I guess he's pretty cool. He likes Rick and Morty. Oh, yeah, all right. I'll come back.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it went. Like, 100% accurate depiction.
I also like the way like Batman's cracking jokes. It's him being cocky or like as soon as he's like dealing with like the Flash, like you can tell how uncomfortable the Flash makes him. Whereas like this guy is like
love
really
that.
chipper and like, oh, I need friends. Like, oh, I'd love to join your super secret gang. I'll come along. Hooray! And like
Before you go any further, yes.
just Bruce Wayne looks so uncomfortable throughout the whole thing. It's just like, oh, okay, right, sure.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Ezra Miller as Flash because he's a good actor. Have you
No,
seen
he
him
seems
in much?
no, not a lot actually.
I saw him in We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Yeah.
It's about a kid.
Yeah, no, I know about that film. I haven't watched it. So like, but yeah. Oh,
Well, to anyone who might be listening who might not know about it, it's
oh yeah.
about a
Forget you're not
kid-
just talking to me. People
This is
listen
what
to
it-
this. Oh,
And it's about a kid who's pretty much really fucked up from the day he's born, and he ends up going and shooting up his school.
mm.
And it's kind of about his mother dealing with the whole town hating her after that happens. and kind of about telling the story of him growing up, and Ezra Miller plays him. So very, very good performance from both Ezra Miller and Tilda Swinton as the mother. So
Oh, nice.
good film. Very dramatic.
All of those people are in superhero movies.
Indeed they are.
Tilda Swinton is now in Doctor Strange. Bloody the other guy who plays the dad. It's John C. Reilly. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Ezra Miller's the Flash. Everyone is in a superhero movie.
Yep, there you go. Anyway, Justice League. Ezra Miller, Flash. I think he'll be good.
What did you think of the look of Cyborg?
It looked like Cyborg, I guess.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty cool.
Like he cracked a joke the 1 second we saw him.
I did
What
like
kind of
what they did with Aquaman's eyes, where like he's like got really small pupils, so like when he's in like the depths of the sea, he opens them up and he can like see in the like the deepest, darkest part of the sea. But like when he's on land, he has to like his pupils are just like whoosh, real small, and it gives him that like how are you supposed to tell like someone's an Atlantean? How are you supposed to give him like that little bit of a look like they're not quite from here? And I thought that was a good thing to do. That was smart.
Yeah, there was definitely that thing about his eyes that I noticed. That definitely made him stand out.
He looked
I didn't know
weird.
what it was at first, and I thought, it's because he's a fish out of water.
Yeah. Haha.
But
No, it showed off a lighter tone. I'm into it. I like the Iggy Thump. You know, good choice. Get some Jack White in there. I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, sure, it's Zack Snyder again, and that's the part that's making me go like, oh boy, you're gonna just hurt me straight up again.
Watchmen was good enough.
Was it though? I haven't watched it in so long. Like, I feel like just going back, I'm like looking back at all like my past decisions. Like, was anything I liked good? Am I an idiot?
In short, yes.
Yeah, but
It wasn't even that long ago that I watched Watchmen. It was only last year I watched it, and it held up.
okay. Well, if that's
In amongst all my Avengers and everything, it held up.
okay, that gives me okay, good, because I remember really liking that movie, and I'd hate to go back and be like, this is straight up trash. What was I talking about?
The only real dig I have on it is the actor who plays like the main Batman-ish guy. I can't remember his fucking name for the life of me.
The Owl or Rorschach?
The Owl. Yeah, I don't like that actor. I think the character was good.
Yeah.
But I think they could have picked a better actor to play him because he didn't seem like muscular enough to be like this superhero who's really strong. It's like he didn't work out at all for the role.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I kind of liked how he like looked like kind of a nobody, but then like when he was fighting, he was like breaking people's arms and like bones were pushing through their skin.
But at the same time, like that's so unrealistic because he doesn't have any muscles or anything. So how is he strong enough to do that?
I don't know. You never really see him with his shirt off, do you? I can't.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah, sex with what's the face?
Oh yeah, he
time.
does. Like it was in the dark. You don't know. You can't see it.
Yeah, Rorschach was actually my favorite character in that. I love Rorschach.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, and there's that little I wouldn't call it a twist, but that moment at the end,
Yeah,
where the news company gets his journal, like
yeah, it's good.
everyone's gonna know.
I keep wanting to watch like the extended big old edition where they added some of the stuff they deleted, but I haven't got round to it because it's always new stuff to watch. All right,
Yeah, there is.
so let's talk about Marvel and what they were doing over at their panel. They released a whole bunch of information. Let's talk a little bit about it before we get to Doctor Strange trailer. So, Brie Larson has been cast as Captain Marvel. That was the big news.
Which yes.
Yeah, she's a great actor.
Yes.
Good choice.
Yes.
Great choice, actually.
Just yes.
Like
I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones where everyone was like, yes, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson from the start. Everyone wanted Brie Larson. They're like, maybe we should give it to Brie Larson.
I think I was pulling for like Emily Blunt or Charlize Theron. Like, I don't think Brie Larson was quite on my radar, but as soon as I heard it, I was like, no, it's a great choice. Like,
yeah,
that's fine.
Oh, so I'm not the kind of person who generally too much when they hear a role's happening. I don't generally think, oh, who's gonna play it? I'm just like, I just let it happen.
Yeah, that's good. Like, that's a good way to approach it because most of the time they're not going to pick who you want unless it's like Doctor Strange where they got Benedict Cumberbatch, because that was Like people asking them as like,
It's a no-brainer though.
yeah, like
It was
people
a
saying like,
no-brainer.
get Benedict Cumberbatch, and everyone else is saying like, nah, it's an obvious choice. They're not going to do that. And then Marvel's like, that's actually a really fucking good idea. Holy shit.
Well, it was. Benedict Cumberbatch is one of the biggest names in Hollywood right now. He's been having a great run lately.
He's doing real good. Like
Yeah.
every time they do like a new season of Sherlock, I'm super surprised because I'm like, damn, Stephen Moffat, yeah, you got Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman to come back. How?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck? Aren't they busy enough by now?
But I guess
No,
that they really love playing those characters, which fair enough. It's really fun characters to play, but yeah, I'm surprised every time they get him back for that. I'm just like, okay, fine.
And Benedict Cumberbatch in I don't. Did you ever watch The Imitation Game?
I did.
Great film, so underrated.
Real good.
I loved that.
Definitely. Okay, so what other information did we get released? Sorry, I just got a burp there.
We saw some pictures of Hulk's Planet Hulk armor.
Oh yeah.
For Ragnarok.
That was showed off on the Comic Con floor. That looks cool. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's very accurate to the armor in Planet Hulk comic run because I'm actually reading that right now because I basically saw the armor, then I thought, I'm going to start reading the Planet Hulk run in the comics. It was like 2007, 2008, so it's not a super old run. And so I'm just reading through it and looking at the armor he's wearing, and I'm like, the armor they're giving him in this movie, it's very accurate to it. So I'm not sure how they're going to incorporate him into the movie yet. Like we obviously 100% know he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I think the last time we saw him was at the end of Age of Ultron where he's flying away in the Quinjet. So maybe in this, instead of, Reed Richards and Iron Man sending him away into space, he decided himself.
Yeah, it seems like he just kind of like is in space.
Yeah, maybe he just decided himself that he needed to send himself there because it's the only place where other people are safe from him. And then he ends up on Planet Hulk being a slave in the gladiatorial arm thingy.
Or maybe he gets kidnapped by like the same way like Peter Quill got kidnapped.
Oh, maybe. And then he gets sold into slavery.
Oh,
like
that'd be cool.
Then because haven't we been told like in full Ragnarok, it's like 90% of the movie isn't going to be on Earth?
Which is fine by me. I'm all good with that.
Yeah. And like in his travels, Thor goes there and it's like, oh, Hulk, what you
Bruce,
doing here, buddy?
What are you doing here? I got kidnapped by aliens. You? Oh, I'm looking for a thing. There's always things, aren't there? Yeah, there's always things. You wanna help me find the thing? Yeah, I'm not too keen being here. This isn't for me. What's happening on Earth? Oh, let me just find out. Heimdall, what's happening on Earth? They're doing what? Fighting each other? Oh, the fucking dickheads. Look, they're all right. Just, let's go do our thing. They're doing some other shit.
Yeah. See, like, the thing I'm liking about the Planet Hulk run, though, is he has not gone back to Bruce Banner since they've been in space.
Nice.
And, like, there's even a part where Hulk says it's like, Banner is weak like all other puny humans. You will never see him. He wouldn't survive a day on this planet.
Fair enough. Like
I get that this planet is fucked.
I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe they did something like that, but like every time like other people see him, he's Hulk, but like maybe he has like a room where he locks himself in and then he like goes back to Banner and he's just like, oh fuck, oh all of this is crazy, this is insane, shit.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, I'm looking forward to how they're going to incorporate that because other planet, Hulk.
Also, we revealed like a bunch of new logos for everyone. So some of them were fine, like Black Panther's was fine. Doctor Strange is fine. Captain Marvel is different, but fine, I guess. Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of very kind of 80s. There was like more like blue, and it's like, okay, that's fine. Thor Ragnarok, I didn't like. I didn't like the it's very kind of like 80s retro thing that they've got going for it. And I like the other one. I don't know why they've changed it to this. Like, it's making me like kind of hesitant with what the tone is going to be for this film. Because I'm like, I don't mind if it's fun. Taika Waititi is like a good like comedy director, but it should still be a little bit dark and a little bit kind of, because it's Ragnarok. It's the apocalypse. It should be dark, but
yeah. See, with this whole logo business,
Mm.
I don't fucking give a shit.
You know what? Fair enough.
Like, I don't care. Like, I'll
The
judge
Thor
a
one
movie
was the
based
only
on its
one that really
trailer.
kind of bugged me. The other ones are just like, okay, I guess that's a logo for the film. This was the only one where I'm like, the other one said a very specific thing about the toad. Sorry, I'm burping so much that I ate like a pizza earlier, and it's just like so much like pizza gas.
I had pizza for dinner too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, among other things.
And yeah, like this says like a completely different thing about the tone of the film. So that's just, I don't know. It's like I feel like every now and then I need to say like, "Yay, I'm not just impressed by everything Marvel do. Sometimes they do something wrong, and I'll call them out on it."
True.
And this is
true.
it. This is that thing for me where I'm like, I like the other one. This is dumb.
Yeah, well, I'm still like, I don't give a shit. I really don't think you can judge a movie based on its logo, I guess.
Although I do really like their new intro. Like the music is growing on me. I kind of like the other music. But I do like the new intro.
Yeah. I saw someone post like,
Mm.
because you know how there's the different colors on the intro.
Mm.
Each one of those colors apparently stands for each one of the Infinity Gems.
Oh,
So,
nice.
like, it's the exact same shade and everything. Because basically everything in the MCU so far
Mm.
has been leading up to Infinity Wars, which is everything to do with the Infinity Stones.
Fuck, I saw like a poster that turned out I think was fake for like Infinity War, or at least like all the actors they're gonna be in it, and it was like all the TV people and stuff as well. And at first when I saw it, I was like, "This is great. This is the best." And then it was like people in the comment section saying like, "Oh no, it's fake. That it's not called Part 1 and Part 2 anymore. It's something different." So I'm just like, fuck. But
Yeah, they're giving them their own names. I've heard that.
fuck, that would have been
But I'm
like,
just like-
just such a great
They're not-
cast.
The thing is, though, that I know there was the whole thing where the actor who plays Daisy Ridley, I don't know the
Mm.
actor's name, was just like, "Oh, I'm angry that they don't ever mention us in our TV show at all in the movies." I'm one of the ones who's like, no, keep the movies and the Netflix separate, because it's gonna be far too fucking confusing for
Mm.
anyone who only watches the movies.
Yeah.
Because there's already so many movies to keep up with, and then there's hundreds of hours now worth of TV stuff as well, and to have to keep up with all of that to be informed enough to watch these movies, it's too big of an ask.
True, but I don't know. I want, I think like you could include like Daredevil or something. You don't have to know so much about like who these people are. Just like bring them in as like new cool like superhero characters. People could be like, "Oh, who's that? That guy's cool." And then you find out, oh, they've got like 2 seasons of a TV show and all this other shit. Oh shit. Cool, I could go and watch all this other stuff. So I feel like it could be cool like to kind of like connect them and introduce them and stuff. So I don't know. Just
Yeah.
do it for me. Fuck those other people who don't know. Do this for me. These movies are for me. Damn it.
Just while they're making the movies, it's like, what would Aiden Mungai like to see here?
Give me more Iron Fist, please.
I think we should put more Iron Fist in.
Thank
He
you.
likes Iron Fist.
Correct. Also, Luke Cage. Just do Heroes for Hire. Give me that. Have Luke Cage and Iron Fist punching people in Harlem.
I am Kevin Feige. I'll make all your dreams come true.
Hooray. Yeah.
Fuck, that was bad buddy.
I think I'm getting sick. I don't know. That or tired. I don't know. Like we need to wrap this up. We need to get through it. All right.
Yes, let's last thing Doctor Strange trailer.
All right. I think just before that, just what else? There was concept art for Spider-Man. Vulture looks cool. It's different.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like claw feet. That's interesting. That's neat. Also, they confirmed that Zendaya will be playing Michelle. Tony Leverori, the guy from Dope and the Hotel movie by Wes Anderson, whatever it's called. He'll be playing Flash Thompson, which is like, okay, sure, why not? And I think Laura Allen will be or Laura something will be playing Liz Allen, which cool, great choice for that. Also,
And we got news from Guardians of the Galaxy.
oh yeah, Kurt Russell is Ego
the
Living
living
Planet.
Who is exactly what you think.
He's a living
A
planet.
living
That
planet.
was the cut I heard that. Even when I was reading that, like, because like there was a thing the Weekly Planet did where they were trying to get Guardians of the Galaxy to cast Al Pacino as Ego Living Planet. And then when this showed up, I was like, "Are you fucking with me? Is this a joke? Is he making a joke about an Australian podcast? Did they predict something? Because they were all like, yeah, no, get Al Pacino to play Ego Living Planet. Sure, why not?" And then for that to like show up in this movie, I'm like, wait, what? Did they get that right? What? How? How could anyone have guessed Ego Living Planet was going to be in this movie? Let alone Peter Quill's father. What?
Wait, we guessed something right on this podcast once, didn't we? What was it?
Oh, fuck if I know.
I don't know. We guessed something right at one stage, and I think it was me, and I remember like, yes, I got it right. I am king. I don't remember what it was.
Must have been very important.
Is anything we talk about here very important?
No, none of it's important. Going on with more unimportant stuff, I'm just trying to remember this off the top of my head. So, Lupita Nyong'o will be playing Nakia, who is a member of the Dora Milaje, which is Black Panther's bodyguards, and Michael B. Jordan will be playing the villain of Black Panther, Eric Killmonger.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all the casting and whatever stuff. Oh, also, whatever Michonne from the Walking Dead, she's also in Black Panther. She's playing someone.
All the black actors.
Yes, just everyone. Like
The film in Africa, so they better be fucking black.
Boy, I'm looking forward to this movie. Just like every time they add someone from the cast, I'm like, good, get it out of. Like I keep
Yes.
half expecting to hear that bloody John Boyega is cast in it. Like that would like seal it for me as like, yes, get everyone, get them all in.
Yes. Just every black actor you just find.
Yes.
Just shove them in. I'd love it if Samuel L. Jackson just showed up.
Get him in there. Fucking do it. I don't care at this point. I just want all the cool people in this movie. I'm so looking forward to it. Just when's it come out? 2018? Fuck, it's a while away. Shit. Oh well.
Well,
It'll be good.
We have Doctor Strange while we wait.
Oh yes, Doctor Strange. Boy, this trailer and this movie sure does love kaleidoscopes.
Yes. I love it though. It looks trippy. It looks magic-y.
I really like the music in this trailer.
Martin.
It's got this really cool kind of motif that keeps playing that. I was like, this is cool. This is making me think about magic. It's very Philip Glass. I dig it.
Yes, and he has a cape.
Oh, that fucking cape flip that he does, where he's just like, whoosh. That's amazing. Like,
And
I want
him and-
I want someone to kind of make that with like magnets so that they could just like whoosh it around and it like clips on with like. I don't think it could do it like exactly perfectly like that, but if like people can make like Captain America magnet shield things, then they can make this for me.
Yes, no.
So cool.
This movie looks. I'm excited because magic. I know I said it a million times on this podcast. I love magic.
Magic is great.
So this is like two of my favorite things coming together: superheroes and magic.
And we get to see a little bit more of Benedict Wong. He's great in this. Like I've been watching a whole bunch of Marco Polo season 2, which is great, by the way. You should all watch it. Great Netflix show. If you were getting that like Game of Thrones, like I don't have any Game of Thrones to watch at the moment. That really like hit the spot for me. It's like it's not quite as good, but you get all that like costume, sword and sorcery, politicky thing going on, which is it's what you need.
Recommendation. Yeah.
No, it's good. Great cast. And the joke at the end is just classic Marvel. Like, they just hit it with like these great
Like-
jokes that just like
Shambhala. What's this?
it's my mantra.
Wi-Fi password.
We're not savages. Which is something
Yeah,
like
love
I
that.
feel like that's a great dig at like all that like Hogwarts stuff where it's like, oh no, we don't need any of that Muggle technology, and this is them going like, no, it's like technology is great, like internet's great. Why wouldn't we have a Wi-Fi password?
Like the internet is man-made magic.
It's amazing. We're not savages.
Yeah, it's like just the perfect delivery of
Mm.
that line.
That's so great. So,
I think comedy is definitely like 50% of comedy is the delivery and the timing.
yeah, like you can have all the great jokes you want, but if you deliver them wrong, it's like these are terrible. Like
yeah, definitely.
yeah, I still feel like yeah, this kind of shows like although DC is like trying to add like a few jokes here and there, and a lot of them were like okay, like for DC it's like, oh, this is good, this is a lighter tone, this is great, but Marvel is still like the king of like just like this is some silly shit, here's some good jokes. It's like good, like treat the characters with respect, but acknowledge that this is some silly shit, like because it is.
It's all silly.
It is very
Why
silly.
we love it.
That's no, I don't know who won this year, like in terms of like Marvel or DC, because
It's not a competition.
that's not. You know who won? I did. I won because
yeah, that's it. We all won.
because it was some good shit. It was some good shit this
Yeah,
year.
like, I don't remember feeling so overwhelmed after Comic Con.
No.
Ever.
Like the last time I felt like this kind of like whoa was when like they announced all like what's going to be in Phase 3 for Marvel, and they were like, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be this. It's like, and we're doing Black Panther, we're doing Captain Marvel, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, we got like 5 years worth of movie announcements at once.
Like, whew. Now I'm just waiting for like some new like a Black Panther trailer. Like I know that's a while away, but
It's a while away.
Ooh. Yes.
What's the next after Doctor Strange?
The next one up is Thor.
Oh, yeah, so you remember the order much better than I do.
Oh wait, no. It's Guardians, Spider-Man, and then Thor, and then Black Panther. I think. Pretty sure Guardians is next.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible at remembering
Yeah,
the
because
order.
Guardians just finished filming. Spider-Man's filming right now, and Thor also just is filming in Queensland. So yeah.
Queensland. They like filming films in Gold Coast.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff up there. Like I think Pirates was up there. Thor's shooting up there now, which is good. Chris Hemsworth doesn't have to go far. It's just like, oh yeah, up the road, go to work. Taika Waititi is like, oh yeah, I'll just go to work with where all the other New Zealanders are, Australia.
Yeah, we need to go spend some time at my dad's place around Gold Coast and just happen to run into them.
But if I ran into Taika Waititi, I'd be like so happy. I'd just be like, oh,
that's what you and me should do. Just
bruh.
holiday to the Gold Coast just to try and run into the actors before.
I don't know who I'd be more excited to see actually. Like I feel like I'd really like to meet Chris Hemsworth and be like, hey man, I know people are giving that Ghostbusters movie a lot of flack, but you were fucking hilarious in that. That was some top quality shit.
I would love to meet Chris Hemsworth because I feel like he'd just be the kind of famous person where he'd just be so nice and down to earth. You could feel it'd be easy to have a conversation with him.
Like especially if you try and be cool about it. It's like, oh man, yeah, I really like those Thor movies. Oh yeah, thanks. And did you see any of the other stuff? Come on, just don't get ahead of yourself. But I like you in those Thor movies. Like people give them a bad rap. Yeah, who's saying bad things? No one. I say great things. I love them. Oh shit, I fucked this up already. I fucked up my fictional conversation with Thor. All right, well that wraps us up for.
I'll just listen to it like this is beautiful.
That wraps us up for Comic Con. Let's so much. I need to go to bed because my nose is starting to block up and I can't breathe anymore. Ugh. All right, so recommendations. Let's do that quickly. Did you watch The Killing Joke?
Not yet. I'm going to.
Boy, I saw it in cinemas. Wow.
Yeah.
Like
I wasn't able to because the only time it screened, I had to be at work.
No. Whoo! Like people are having very mixed reactions to this. Like I get why. Like in the first half, there is a moment that will be divisive. But the rest of it is like, wow, it's The Killing Joke on screen. I was just so happy to see it all. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah. What have you been reading? We were talking about that.
Oh, I was just reading International Iron Man. I've been trying to keep up with like all like the major stuff that's going on in Marvel at the moment. So I'm like trying to keep up with whatever's happening in like their Civil War 2. I'm reading what am I reading? Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Steve Rogers, International Iron Man, Spider-Man, Spidey, Amazing Spider-Man. What else? All New Avengers, the Ultimates. A lot of stuff. It's
Load of stuff.
it's hard to keep up with. Like I have no room for DC at the moment. Like I want to go and try and read some DC stuff because I feel like I'm being a bit of a Marvel bitch, and I hear the new Green Arrow is good, so I want to check that out. And I hear new Batman is good, and I was really enjoying Scott Snyder's run on Batman, so I want to finish that off because I never got to finish that. So yeah, there's just so much good stuff happening at the moment. I think what I'd really recommend to people is Power Man and Iron Fist. I'm really enjoying that. That's really good. If you want some like classic Spidey and Spider-Man adventures, Spidey is really good. It's like you don't need to know any of like the continuity of whatever else is going on because that's like a throwback story. So that's like really easy to jump into. What else? Deadpool and Spider-Man is real good. They had an issue that was written by Scott Ackerman from the Comedy Bang Bang podcast and TV show. So that was really good. Worth checking that out. Also, Deadpool and Gambit is really good at the moment. It's being written by Ben Acker and Ben Blacker, who do the Thrilling Adventure Hour podcast. So I recommend that as well. Like, there's a lot of like comedy writers and podcast people who seem to be getting involved with like these kind of crossover Deadpool stuff that are actually like really funny and really like good.
Interesting. Lots of comic book stuff. Lots of good shit. As I mentioned before, I've been reading the Planet Hulk run. It's got about 23 issues in the whole thing, so pretty big run. It goes from like 2007 to 2008.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I mentioned before in the podcast, but yeah, it's a good read if you want to read a bit about what this Planet Hulk that we're going to see in the movies is like in the comics. It's definitely entertaining, especially if you like your Hulk. You like your Hulk to smash.
Yeah, I remember really liking the animated movie. I just never got around to reading the comic. It was just wasn't that time when I was reading comics. So not like now when I'm aware of what's coming out week to week, where I'm like, oh, where's my pull list? Okay, this is coming out. Cool. I'm gonna check this out. So
I'm not quite that good and up to date like you are. I'm in the phase where I'm like catching up with everything that I think is interesting.
It was quite hard to get to this stage. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm still not reading. Like, I'm not reading any of what the Inhumans are doing or the X-Men. I'm like, I don't care.
See, I still stand by saying it's the comic book universes that are so large and so convoluted. It's so hard to know where to jump.
It's very hard. Like
I'm slowly wading in. It's above my ankles now. That's about where I am.
I found that after like the Secret Wars event thing happened and or like just before that, it was like a pretty good point to jump on. Because like just before that, there was like all this like kind of cool stuff happening with like Kamala Khan's introduction was just like you can read that and then go to whatever's happening now, and that's pretty easy to jump into. All new Hawkeye was pretty good. Matt Fracture's run on Hawkeye was pretty good. Spectacular Foes of Spider-Man is really good. You could just read like a few of those things there and then try and get through Secret Wars just to like get some context. You don't need to read like all the other little things that are going on because they don't matter. Ultimately, a lot of that stuff doesn't matter. But the main through line is just like good. It was an interesting story. And then from there on, it's like they do like this jump forward in time for like 8 months, and like you could just kind of jump on there. That's like a good jumping on point. I feel like as long as you know like enough stuff from like the movies and like kind of have a general idea of who these people are, you'll be okay.
I'm having a bit of an edge of people trying to jump in because like I have enough knowledge from just random Wikipedia research I've done, or just all the movies I've watched, or just talking to fucking you.
Yeah, no, I'm anyway. a well of useless information for most of these things.
Anyway, that's what we've been reading. You been listening to any good music lately, Aiden?
Not really. Like I've been listening to a little bit of Columbus. I've been checking them out.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
They were
good.
Sweet. Like I don't know.
They were at Unify this
sweet.
year when I went.
I saw them. They played on Triple J or something, so I've been checking them out a little bit. Beside that, not really. I can't remember the last good album I listened to. I've just been like going back and listening to old stuff. Listening to a lot of the Dum Dum podcast. Just a lot of Australian podcasts. I'm still on like my Australian podcast kick where I'm just trying to like listen to a lot of things that are like, because I was, for a while there, I was listening to like the Sourceford podcast. I was listening to Double Toasted and all these American things that is just like, it got to a point where it was like, I was just sick of hearing American accents. So I've been switching it up a little bit. Just for like a different taste, different flavor in my ear.
Yeah, for
And there's a lot of good stuff out there, so I'm not like, wanting for quality content. There's we have boundless planes to share.
Yes, Pauline Hanson. to share.
Yes. And on that politically charged note,
I talk like Pauline Hanson's listening to us.
if you want to find out more about us or check us out on Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/PCMR podcast. We're also on Twitter at PCMR podcast. We also have our own personal Twitter accounts. I'm at Aiden's Vlog, AIDANSVLOG.
I am at meman125. Be sure to send us an email if you want to. It can be about whatever. Send us a picture of your cat. I like cats. That is PCMR podcast.
Yeah, tell them where it is. We could also, if you want to like listen to all of this, you can find us on YouTube. We're also on iTunes. Give us that 5. Just search for PCMR on iTunes. You'll find us. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, there's not many others with the same name except PC Master Races.
Actually, very few actually on iTunes. Like I feel like it's pretty easy to find us.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find.
Also, go there, give us those 5 stars. It really helps. People have already given us some ratings. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. Also, the reviews are great. Give us some of those.
Except for that one guy who called us mum sandwich. Fuck you.
That's your opinion.
They have a valid point.
They have a really valid point. Just as I said, like I'm reading so many fucking Marvel comics.
Yeah, like we love you.
Completely valid
point.
opinion. But hey, I don't hate DC. I hold them to like a high standard in my mind because I really like the Bruce Timm DC animated stuff and Young Justice and all their TV stuff. Look, I like DC. I don't have time. All right, I've committed to one thing. I don't have time for 2 different universes.
Yes. So we're YouTube. Yes, we're making YouTube videos every week. They're shorter than the podcast, so you don't have to have like an hour, or in this case, almost fucking.
This
2
week,
hours
I'm doing a video. It's basically a summary of all of this stuff we just talked about. If you've like thought this is too long, I can't recommend this to my friends. That it's all condensed. It's like 5 to 6 minutes long. That'll be up probably the same time as this podcast because I'm just having trouble editing it. I'm fucking useless at what I do. But hey, it'll be up there, hopefully.
We'll get there. We try and commit to a schedule. It most of the time doesn't work out. But when we're getting started, I'm sure anyone who cares will forgive.
So yeah, that's it for this week. Check out the website as well, PCMRpodcast.net. If you want to like, everything's there. It's all in one place. It's pretty easy to get to. So yeah,
all the links. Everything.
That is it. That's it. Us for this week. Next week, I think we'll be doing not Suicide Squad. Something else.
See, Suicide Squad comes out on the Thursday, so the only way we'd be able to do that if we did a late record. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it later. It'd probably be...
There will be a podcast.
You know what? Maybe we'll catch up with Star Trek. Maybe that's what we'll do.
Maybe.
Because I've heard that's real good, and
too much.
I want to see a good movie. It's been a while since I've seen since maybe Civil War, where I've seen a thing where I've been like, oh, that was great. And it seems like people having that reaction were like, oh, it's great. So I'm like, I want to have that reaction. I'm looking forward to that. So who knows? Looking forward to it.
Anyway, until then, I've been Brett.
I've been Aiden.
And you've been listening to the Pop Culture Master Race. Thank you for listening. We love you. Plutonically.